America is in a race against time to protect our most carefully guarded secrets from a growing threat. It's called quantum computing, and it involves supercomputers that can quickly break through secure encryption codes.
President Biden recently signed an executive order to fight this threat, and Congress is also taking action. National security correspondent Caitlin Burke brings us the details.
Encryption algorithms allow us to keep sensitive information secure when taking care of business or shopping online. Breaking these codes is nearly impossible, allowing governments and private citizens alike to depend on them. The emergence of quantum computing could put an end to that security.
Imagine you have a computer that can try every combination and can try hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these combinations in a matter of seconds. Well, they'll be able to break through that code, and they can break through the encryption. And this is the threat that quantum computing poses.
Congressman Ro Khanna, along with a bipartisan group of lawmakers, recently introduced legislation that would require a strategy be put in place to provide federal systems with quantum-resistant encryption. It's also supported by several big tech companies, including Google and IBM.
And what they're saying is, for us to protect your data, for us to make sure that your information is secure, we need to be ahead of this curve. They don't want people cracking their code.
Although experts admit this technology is far from operational, evidence shows American adversaries are already stealing data in order to decrypt it once quantum computers are online.
They wait however long, maybe 10 years, 15 years, until there's a quantum computer, and then they can get access to your data. Now, some of that data, 10 years down the road, that's okay, but there's certain information that by law or by national security interests, we need to protect for a long time. So they would get access to your data before you would want them to.
The National Institute for Standards and Technology has the responsibility of creating quantum-resistant encryption. One additional challenge will be that successful prevention can't be determined until it's tested by a functioning quantum computer.
We don't know how fast a quantum computer will be. We don't know exactly how expensive it will be to run. So it's a little bit tricky to try and pick parameters to protect against that.
Still, after a decade of research, NIST teams believe they've cracked the code.
We launched basically a big international competition where we solicited the cryptographic community around the world to design new crypto systems, which would be safe from quantum computers.
They then evaluated each submission, choosing several considered to be the most promising. Dustin Moody from the NIST Computer Security Division says in just a matter of weeks, those algorithms will be standardized and rolled out.
For the average person, this will be handled kind of behind the scenes. You know, their browsers on the internet will start using the new technology. The products that companies are using, they'll start using it.
The hope is that in a decade or so, when these supercomputers come along, the new encryption algorithms hold, allowing sensitive data to stay secure and out of the hands of our enemies. Caitlin Burke, CBN News, Washington.
Security is just one of the issues that quantum computing is going to bring up. If you can imagine being able to break a 256K encryption code, they'll be able to do that. But more importantly, what's the race to AI and who's fast-tracking that? China seems to be well ahead of us in the race for AI, and the future will belong to whoever produces that